Good evening and welcome to the Stock Car Racing League All-Star Night here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the All-Star Non-Points race. We'll be doing 100 laps here. A little bit of a different format here tonight. The top 15 qualified into the race here this evening, and they will not be doing stage racing if you're familiar with the series. Instead, they will just be doing 100 lap feature, and there is a competition caution at lap 50. Meanwhile, they have just wrapped up qualifying, so we will bring up the starting grid there. On pole, Tony Patton in the number 86 machine. Michael Cormetis there in second. Malachi McGlashan in third. Cameron Perez in fourth. Richard Malaghini in fifth, Bob Kleeman in sixth, Richard Smith in seventh, Dale Adamson in eighth. In ninth, we have Cody Profit. In 10th, Justin Wilson. 11th, Ricardo Bernal. And in 12th, there will be Mitchell Hyatt. 13th, we've got Christian Converse. 14th, Joseph Causey. And then rounding out there in 15th place, Andrew Schroeder tonight. And while we wait for the pace car to get going there and the guys to grid up, we will go over the race analysis for this evening. 100 laps here. And remember, this is the All-Star race. It's a non-points evening for these guys. I believe there is a cash prize for the winner this evening. Competition caution will come out at lap 50. As you can see, the top 15 have qualified in. There will be 0 quick repairs this evening, and they will have 3 sets of tires inside the pits this evening. So we should anticipate seeing tire management here with only 3 sets of tires over 100 laps. It'll be interesting to see how hard they push and how early they push these tires. And they are making their way around the track. We'll do 1 pace lap and then they will get going green. Again, that number 86 machine there of Tony Patton laying down the pole sitting lap in qualifying there. It really came out of nowhere. We were watching in practice. It looked like the 48 car there of Michael Cormetis was going to be the car to beat, laying down the fast practice laps. But Tony Patton coming in there and upsetting it and starting on the pole. Good to see him out there. We've got a newcomer here tonight. We've got the number 74 there of McGlashan in that green car. I believe that's Arizona T branded car there. And then Cameron Perez there qualifying 5th. You can see him there on the outside row in the number 5 machine. And the 00 there, Richard Malaghini in 5th, rounding out your top 5 this evening. And the pace car will come off this time, and we will be taking the green flag here. Start our all-star non-points night. Tony Patton there in the 86 machine going to lead them off to the start here. And green flag is out. Bottom line, getting a great start there, but Michael Cormetis going to hang out on the outside there and try to squeeze his way down on the back stretch. You can see the 5 car momentarily there thought about taking it 3 wide, but didn't. Meanwhile, the 86 machine of Tony Patton, your pole sitter, pulls out to an early lead here. Michael Cormetis slots down into 3rd position. Cameron Perez up 1 spot there in 4th. And now we've got Michael Cormetis here looking on the inside of the 74 of McGlashan. We'll see if he... And no, he's not quite there going into turns 1 and 2. Meanwhile, further back here, we've got a little 2 wide action here between the 42 of Bob Kleeman and the 54 of Ricardo Bernal. And up front, these guys are 2 wide again here. We've got the 5 of Cameron Perez looking on the outside of the 74. Not going to make that pass work. Now we've got Michael Cormetis there in the 48 looking on the inside of Cameron Perez. On his outside now, he's got the 00 of Malaghini. It's like Malaghini is going to slot back there behind the 48, right in front of the 24 of Dale Adamson. But Dale Adamson there in the 24 going to take a look up on the inside. See the 24 running all the way down on the paint there at the bottom of the racetrack. Very risky to do. You touch the apron with those left side tires and it will upset the car. We'll look out front here. Tony Patton there in the 86 extended out to about 0.3 of a second lead. Meanwhile, right behind him, the 5 of Cameron Perez starting to close him down. And right behind him, we've got the 48 of Michael Cormetis. And Cameron Perez up 2 positions since the start of the race. He started in 4th, up to 2nd, and closing on the leader. Now it's down to less than a 10th. And he's actually going to look on the outside here as we go into turns 3 and 4. And we're seeing the 74 there of McGlashan starting to fall back. Started in 2nd, now back to 5th. Dale Adamson there in the 24 is up 4 positions since the start of the race. Currently in 4th. Good run from him. And we saw the 00 there. It looked like he hit the wall maybe. Lost a lot of momentum. Meanwhile, back up front, the 5 of Cameron Perez is looking to take down Tony Patton here as we complete lap 6. Right behind him, though, he's got an eager Michael Cormetis in that 48. We know he's fast. We've seen him in practice running some very fast laps here in these next gen series cars at Charlotte, and we'll see what he can do here on the long run. As you can see, Cameron Perez has dropped off of our leader a little bit. Meanwhile, the 74 is starting to make some gains back. It's possible the 74 was just saving his tires a little more than the rest of these guys doing. They have only 3 sets of tires in the pits this evening, and they have to make those last all 100 laps here. We're starting to see Cameron Perez come back at our leader there, getting a great exit out of turn 2 down the back stretch. Now we're in turn 3 and 4. We see Dale Adamson there in the 24 making some moves up to 3rd. Right behind him, the 74 of McGlashan's looking under the 48 of Cormetis and going to take away 4th position. And we see Cameron Perez now dropping back, letting his teammate by there, the 24 of Adamson, to go chase down our leader. Cameron Perez running a very high line there in turns 3 and 4. It doesn't look like it hurt him too much. We do know these next gen series cars do have a lot of downforce. They are typically wide open around here, at least on new tires. But when you're in the dirty air in the draft here, you will see guys, you know, take different lines just to try to get a little clean air on the nose of the car to help it rotate in the turn. And typically this high line here, once the tires start to wear down, can get a better run. But we see a bit of a mistake there, and Cameron Perez is going to touch the wall, spin, and go through the grass. Doesn't look like he takes anyone with him there. And we are going to stay green. Single car accident. That was an incredible save there. Let's watch that again as he's spinning right. See the 00 check up there. Good heads up driving by the 00. Meanwhile, out front, the 86 of Patton up to about a 0.4 of a second lead. Right behind him is the 74 of McGlashan, who started in 2nd place. is now back up into second. Dale Adamson there, the other Shaw Racing car. Teammate to him is Cameron Perez, who we just saw involved in that accident, that single car spin. You can see a little bit of right side damage on that car, but he is currently in third position. And the 48 of Michael Cormetis there in fourth, but right behind him, we've got Mitchell Hyatt in that 25 machine there, who is up 7 positions since the start of the race this evening. So Mitchell is on a move. We'll see what he can do here on the long run as we complete lap 14 out of 100. And we have a challenge for the lead here. The 74 McGlashan right on the bumper of our leader, the 86 of Patton there. We know that 86 is not going to give that bottom line easily, so the 74 is going to have to make a move on the outside or just get an incredible exit here and be able to get underneath him on the front stretch, which it looks like that's what he's going to do as we complete lap 15. We have a new leader, the 74 of McGlashan. Saw just a little bobble out of the 86 there in turns 3 and 4. Not sure if he hit the apron or if it almost looked like he was tight in the middle of the turn and had to get out of the gas, and that's what allowed the 74 to get through. Let's ride on board the 86 now as he's having to ride in dirty hair and see how much he's having to lift in the turns, if any. Yeah, we're hearing quite a bit of lifting here as these tires are 17 laps old. That is what we would expect, especially in the draft. You can hear him lifting off the throttle on entry and then trying to get into the gas as early as he can. Meanwhile, he is under pressure there from the 24 of Adamson. Also, the 48 of Cormetis there starting to enter the picture again. I'm not sure how much, if any, that right side damage there on that 24 car is hurting him. We do know these cars are very aero dependent, so that could be putting him at a disadvantage as this evening goes on with no quick repairs. He can come down pit road and get that damage repaired a little bit, but it's never going to go back to a brand new car like his competitors have right now. You can see he's going to try to make a move here on the outside of the 86 of Tony Patton. Meanwhile, they're too wide behind him. The 25 of Hyatt looking on the inside of the 48 of Cormetis. And this time by, we will complete lap 20. Remember, we will have a competition caution on lap 50. And we're looking at the 48 here, potentially taking a look on the inside of the 24. Not able to stick it down there, so we'll see what happens this next lap. Meanwhile, the 24 there of Adamson got a great exit off of turn 2, not able to get underneath the 86. But right behind them, we've got Richard Smith in the 23. Has made it by the 25 there of Hyatt. Richard Smith is up 2 positions since the start of the race, so good to see him having a good run here. Meanwhile, our leader, McGlashan, the 74 there, has extended his lead to 0.3 of a second. See the 23 going to look to the inside of the 48 of Cormetis. not able to make that move stick. As you can see, it looks like the tires are starting to wear, and they're struggling to run the bottom side of the track now, especially in the draft. And we're seeing a couple different lines here, as some of them are running the middle of the track. We've seen one all the way up against the wall. You see the 24 of Adamson there, sort of running the middle of the track, trying to cut down under the 86 now. And the 48 entering the picture there. We'll see if the 24 is going to be able to make this move as they exit turn 4 here, going down the front stretch. See, that outside lane just gets a better exit off of the turns down the straights here. We'll see what he can do on the back stretch. He's going to hug that bottom line. And they will stay too wide for another lap here. The 23 there of Richard Smith is now up into the third place position. I saw the 86 there just clip the outside wall on the entry of the turn. Doesn't look like it caused any damage. But I'm interested to see now what this DoorDash 23 of Smith can do, as he has made his way up through the field, up 4 spots since the start of the race. Looks like he was saving his tires a little bit better than the guys in front of him, and now has worked his way up into third position. And now he's looking to set up a pass on the 86 of Patton here. And we see the 86 of Patton clip the wall again on entry. Like the 86 may be struggling with his tires right now. Smith drifted way wide there in the turn. Looks like he is struggling now in the draft. See if he can make a move here coming out of turn 2 down the backstretch. See the 86 running a very defensive line, staying low on the exit of the turn to prevent that run. Meanwhile, while these guys battle, our leader has extended his lead to 1 second, a little over 1 second now. And that is what all of these guys right here are fighting for. They are fighting for that clean air. See, the 24 of Adamson got on the outside of Smith there, but Smith came up the track, and that is going to bring out the first caution of the evening. A lot of damage there on that DoorDash machine with no quick repairs. I don't think he's going to be very competitive if he chooses to stay out here, and it looks like he might be a little upset after that. Let's go back and watch that pass there. I have to back it up just a little bit more. Try to find a better angle for you. You see the 23 looked low, and then the 24 came up the track there, looked to the outside, and the 23 tried to come up and block that lane, but he was not clear when he did that. Hooked the right rear of his car and into the wall. And we'll need to check out, yeah, a lot of damage there on the 24 car. I'm sure these two are not very happy with one another tonight. Meanwhile, everyone down pit road now, taking 4 fresh tires here as we completed lap 30. Like the 74 of McGlashan is going to win the race off of pit road there. The 86 of Tony Patton behind him. The 00 of Malaghini up to third. The 48 of Michael Cormetis had a really slow pit time. I'm thinking he might have slid through his pit stall and had to back up. And we currently see the number 9 there of Justin Wilson out front. I'm not showing that he pitted. It looks like he stayed out, but he's not scored in first place. We'll see if the scoreboard updates here. I'm actually showing Wilson as 3 laps down currently. So I'm not sure if he had some issues early on there. So he should be staying out here to get one of his laps back. The 74 there of McGlashan, still your race leader out front. Tony Patton in the 86 there, who started on pole, is in second place. Richard Malaghini there in the 00, making a lot of moves on pit road there. Made up a lot of places, currently in third. And Michael Cormetis there in the 48 in fourth. And Cameron Perez in the 5 there, rounding out your top 5 this evening. And it looks like Richard Smith there in the 23 is still running, even with a damaged car. And we still see the 24 of Dale Adamson there on pit road. Right, the pace lights are off the pace car, so we will be going green here next time around. And we will have a little 16-lap shootout until lap 50 when the competition caution will come out. So we should expect to see these guys attack it a little bit harder here, as they know they only have to make it 16 laps on their set of tires versus making it 30 laps there this last time. All right, the 74 there of McGlashan will lead us to the start here. The pace car will dive off this time around, and they will resume. All the restarts from here on out will be the leader's choice, so they do not need to wait for the green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
As you can see, the 74 there does wait a long time to get going. We see problems there out of the 48. Michael Cormetis, like he just could not get it going. Don't know if he had a bit of wheel spin or what. Meanwhile, up front, the 5 and the 86 there of Patton and Perez making contact. Good job by Perez there to get out of it and collect his car. Up front here, we'll see how hard the 00 of Malaghini attacks here. He knows he has to make his move early because they are on the same set of tires, and they only have a few short laps until lap 50 when the competition caution will come out. He's going to look to the inside there. Not quite there in turns 3 and 4. Meanwhile, behind them, we've got a little battle here for 4th position, the 48 of Michael Cormedes. We had a car into the wall there, the 9 of Wilson, who is 4 laps down with heavy damage and smoking on the bottom of the track. But the 86 of Patton there, looking on the inside of the 48. Go back and see Justin Wilson in that number 9. See what happened with him. Like him in the 54 there made contact and heavy hit there into the front stretch wall, outside wall there. Actually going to ride upside down on his roof there for quite a while. Wow, I'm really surprised he flipped back over on his own. Well, we have a battle for the lead brewing up here in second place. As you can see, Cameron Perez on the outside, the 48 of Cormedes on the outside. On the inside, we've got the 00 of Malaghini and the 86 of Tony Patton starting to work his way back up through the field. The 00 there taking a very high entry into the turn, trying to get some clean air on the nose of that car. After riding 5 laps or so in the dirty air, he is going to make a pass here on the inside going into turns 3 and 4. And the 86 looks like he is going to be able to follow him through. And we have a new race leader, the 00 there of Malaghini. Tony Patton in the 86 moves up to second place. And we have 10 laps to go until the competition caution at lap 50. You can see the 74 Malaghini looking on the inside, looking to retake second position there. Cameron Perez had a great run into turns 3 and 4 there on that last lap, but nowhere to go as these guys are riding too wide in front of him. You see just how good of an exit that outside line there gets out of turn 2 with Tony Patton going to clear the 74 by a mile. And with that will bring Tony Patton in the 86 up to second. And in third place, we've got Michael Cormedes in the 48. Ooh, close coming off of turn 3 and 4 there, but they do a good job of staying off of each other as we head down into 1 and 2. 48 of Cormedes there on the outside, the 74 of McGlashan on the inside. Remember, the 74 of McGlashan started this after the last yellow, started this in first, and now has been shuffled all the way back into 4th position. But looking to regain third there, almost clears him going into 1 and 2. We'll see how good of an exit here he can get out of turn 2 onto the back straight. And he is able to clear the 48 of Cormedes there. Meanwhile, Tony Patton here in the 86 starting to close in on the leader there, the 00. We have 5 to go until the competition caution at lap 50. It's like Perez in the 5 there has backed off from that front pack. He has right behind him Not sure who that is. The 20. That is Cody Profit, who is currently scored 1 lap down. See the 74 of McGlashan on the outside, looking to make a move into second place here. Oh, and they touch. 74 does have to get out of the gas there. That's going to allow the 86. Oh, the 48 and the 76 touch. Heavy damage to the 76 or 74 there of McGlashan.
The yellow flag is out.
And that will bring the caution out on lap 47. I'm assuming that they will go ahead and count this one as the competition caution, since we will likely run past lap 50 here. But very disappointed to see that for the 74. He was making a great pass on the outside there and just tangled up on the front stretch. We'll go back and see if we can get a couple angles of that. So this is the lap prior here on the back straight. You can see he got to the outside on the exit of turns 1 and 2 there. Turns 3 and 4 here. The 86 just slides up the track there. Gets into the 74. And then the 74 just came down. I don't believe I can really fault that to the 48 or Metis. It looked like the 74 just out of frustration came very far down the track. Let's go back and watch. See, just nowhere for the 48 to go. He was already in the bottom line there, giving him plenty of room. So just an unfortunate situation there. It looks like the 48 might have gotten a little damage on his right front from that. But that car looks pretty clean, so it looks like he's going to come away pretty unscathed from that, so that is good to see. Meanwhile, up front, the 00 there of Malaghini is your race leader. Should expect to see most of them head down pit road here. Actually, the 00 there of Malaghini chose to stay out. So did the 48 of Cormetis. Tony Patton right behind them pitted lap 48. So the rest of the cars on back there did pit. Interesting strategy here by the 00. Now, do remember they only have 3 sets of tires in the pits this evening. So this could be a strategy play, as they have already used 1 set. And no, they are going to head down pit road this time and take the 2nd set. So they will have 1 more set of tires remaining after this caution. With the 00 and the 48 pitting there, 1 lap to go, that is going to allow the 86 of Tony Patton to be back up front. Right behind him, the 5 of Cameron Perez. The 24 of Dale Adamson back up after being, I believe he went a lap down, so good to see him back up on the lead lap here in 3rd position. Richard Smith there in the 23 DoorDash car still has heavy damage from being involved in an earlier incident. And then we'll see the 00 there of Malaghini slot in 5th position. Right behind him, the 48 of Michael Cormetis. Cody Profit there in the number 20 was able to get his lap back there. He was the lucky dog. So he's going to slot in there in 7th position. And Richard Bernal in the 54, who I believe we saw him make contact with the 9 of Justin Wilson a few laps ago. Oh, looks like he wasn't quite sure if he wanted to go down pit road there and almost got the pit road wall there on entry. And we do see Cody Profit coming down pit road again here. And we do have confirmation the 74 of McGlashan has left the server, so he sustained a lot of damage in that wreck and has opted to just call it quits tonight since they do not have a fast repair this evening. And the pace lights are off the pace car, so we will get going green here this time around. The 86 of Tony Patton will lead us to the green flag. The 5 of Cameron Perez there on the outside. Dale Adamson there in the 24. And the 2 or 23 on your screen of Smith in 4th there. And they're, oh, you see them playing a little games there up front. Little hesitation, but they're off. Great start by Cameron Perez there on the outside. May be able to get a run down here out of turn 2. We'll see what happens. See some very close racing back here. 2 wide all the way back to row 3 there. But it looks like the 86 of Patton is going to regain the lead. The 5 of Cameron Perez, they're going to slot in behind him. Meanwhile, back here in the battle for 5th here between Smith and the 48 of Cormetas. And then we see the 00 there of Malaghini, who was our race leader when that last caution came out. The 00 there of Malaghini may be having some connection issues as you see him blink on and off to the screen. Ooh, you see Smith running high there, almost into the side of the 48 of Cormetas. But they do stay off of each other and will continue 2 wide here into turn 1. I believe the damage that DoorDash car has is probably preventing him from running as tight of a line as he would like, especially in this dirty air. And you'll see the 00 there of Malaghini slide on by him. The 54 of Bernal going to follow him through. Ooh, we saw a big mistake there. A big wobble out of the 5 of Perez on the exit of turn 4. And that is going to allow the 24 of Adamson to take a look on the outside. See the 48 of Cormetas there. Thought about making it 3 wide, but going to stay behind the 24 and stay on the high side. Oh, the 5 of Perez loose again. Up and makes contact with the 00. Oh, that is disastrous for both of these drivers. The unfortunate one in that wreck there is the 00 of Malaghini, who was just working his way up through the field. Did nothing wrong, just in the wrong place at the wrong time. So let's go back and catch that again here. You can see Cameron Perez looks like he's going to come down, maybe touch the apron there, get a little loose, and just get into the outside. He just slides up the track there and gets into the 00. Let's see if he hit the apron or not here. We'll slow it down. Yeah, everything looks normal. Right here, he touches the paint, but doesn't touch the apron. He's already loose here. So right here, he is sliding sort of out of control. You're going to see him maybe overcorrect the car and slide up the track there and just collect the 00. Very unfortunate there. Both cars getting a lot of damage from that accident. It looks like they're going to make contact again here as the 00 bounced off the wall. And like, sure what's going on here. Oh, they're waiting on the pace car. So that makes sense. That incident will bring out the third caution of this evening. Again, this is the All-Star Night here in the Stock Car Racing League Next Gen Cup Series. This is a non-points event. A little bit of a different format tonight. They normally run stage racing, but not tonight. It's 100 laps with a competition caution that came out on lap 50. And they also, only the top 15 were able to qualify their way into this race this evening. And I do believe there's a little cash prize for the winner tonight. So that's looking good right now for our man up front, the 86 of Tony Patton, who was also our pole sitter this evening, has worked his way back up front. The 24 of Dale Adamson there in second place. The 48 of Michael Cormedes, who looks to be the first car there without damage. And we've got Richard Smith there in the 23. And Cameron Perez, as you can see, that car has a lot of right side damage, in fifth place. So looking good for the 48 here. If the damage on 86 of Patton slows him down any, the 48 should be able to capitalize on that. All right, the pace lights are off the pace car, so they will get going green this time around. And we will have 40 laps left in this race once they resume green. We do anticipate them having to stop at least one more time if it does go green the entire way. And the pace car will dive off this time. The 86 there of Tony Patton will lead us to the green flag. The 24 of Dale Adamson on his outside.
Green flag, green flag.
See the 86 late to start there. As the 24 had his nose in front of him, he did not want to go while that was happening. So late start for everyone here, but the 86 of Tony Patton is going to come out front. The 48 of Cormetta is going to slot into second. And the 24 of Adamson there slots into third place. You see the 54 of Bernal looking on the inside there of the 20 of Profit. This is for 6th position here. Like the 20 might have brushed the wall there on the exit of turn 4. And the 54 of Bernal is going to take away 6th position there from the 20. Meanwhile, up front, the 86 of Tony Patton still out front. The 48 of Cormetas in second. It looks like we've got another pass here. The 54 of Bernal does make it past the 5 of Perez. You can see the Perez there. It looks like he is struggling with the handling of that car. So that's going to bring the 54 up into the top 5 here in 5th position. Meanwhile here, it looks like it's going to be a battle between these two. The 86 of Patton and the 48 of Cormetas. Let's ride on board the 48 of Cormetas as he chases down our leader. You see the 86 of Patton there brushing the wall on the exit of turn 4. We've seen him do that quite a bit this evening. And it looks like the 20 of Profit is going to make it past the 54 of Bernal there for 5th position. So Profit on the move. Like he is about 3 seconds off of 4th place here. Richard Smith in the 23 machine there. Meanwhile, Dale Adamson here in 3rd has dropped back about a second off of the front 2. As we complete lap 65 here out of 100. The 48 of Cormetta is looking to stay with the leader there, the 86 of Patton. And the way it's looking now, it may come down to a green flag pit stop that will decide this race. As we were riding on the board, the 48 there on the nose of his car, you could see just how powerful the draft is here at Charlotte in these next gen cars. The 48 able to suck up about 2 car lengths on the straights. And it looks like the 48 could be setting up a move here in the next couple laps as we complete lap 70 out of 100 here. Our 2 out front here, the 86 of Patton and the 48 of Cormedes. I believe if I was the 48 here and I knew I had to pit, and that is the question, how much fuel do they have? Can they go to the end? If I'm the 48, I want to pit 1 lap earlier than the 86. So you've got to guess when that's going to be, and you also want to get the maximum benefit out of those fresh tires. You don't want to wait too long before heading down pit road here. So these two are going to have a bit of a strategy battle on their hand as we complete lap 72 here out of 100. Meanwhile, up here, we've got the 54 of Bernal and the 20 of Profit here battling for 5th position. You can see the 20 there running all the way up against the wall. But the 54 is going to complete that pass up into 4th position there. See Cameron Perez there getting out of the way of the leaders as they come through. Meanwhile, the 48 of Cormedes, as they went through lap traffic, is going to get a run here on the outside. We'll see if Tony Patton has anything for him here on the inside. You see the 48 squeeze him down. Still leaves a car length though. That's going to allow Patton on the inside as they head down the front straight into turn 1 and 2 here. You should see the 48 get a great exit out of turn 2 here. Down the back straight. It looks like they are going to stay too wide going into turns 3 and 4 here. Great battle, great 2 wide racing here, as you can see, being respectful, but also racing each other hard. And we're going to complete another lap here as we have 25 to go. Cormedes there in the 48 on the outside, the 86 of Tony Patton there on the inside. And they might have touched there a little bit. You saw the rear end of the 48 slip out. He's going to have to concede that battle there, so the 86 is going to remain our leader as we come to 24 to go here at the line. Just watch how quickly the 48 here will suck up to the back of the 86 of Patton here in this draft. You can see the 48 there running a little bit of a higher line, trying to get some clean air on the nose of that car just to help it rotate in the turn. Like the 48 there of Cormedes is going to try to set up a move here again, going down into turn 3, but he does not get the exit he needed there out of turn 2, as he's doing that high entry, low exit, trying to get a run underneath of the 86. You saw him try to make the move on the outside, didn't work. So now he's trying to look on the inside. as we cross the line with 21 to go this evening. Race has come down to these two. Meanwhile, though, the 24 of Adamson sits about 6 seconds off of the leaders here in third, ready to capitalize if anything, any kind of mistake comes out from one of these two here, or they tangle up. The 24 of Adamson there is in a prime position to sneak away with the victory this evening. The 48 gonna try again here on the outside. As we approach 18 to go at the line, the 48 may have the 86 clear here. The 86 may be diving down pit road. Yes, he is. So the 48 is going to complete that pass for the lead. However, Tony Patton in the 86 heading down pit road. Dale Adamson here in the 24 going to stay out as well with the 48. And looks like on further back there, the 54 of Bernal and the 20 of Patton, or Profit, sorry, have also stayed out. So our first to pull the trigger here on our green flag pit stops is the 86 of Patton. And it looks like he just got fuel only there. Very quick stop, 4 seconds. Taking just a splash of fuel, what he needs to get to the end of the run here, 18 to go. And we see the 48 of Cormetis is down pit road. Right behind him, third place, Dale Adamson, also down pit road. And we'll see if Cormetis takes tires or does fuel only like Patton did. And it looks like the 48 is going to take tires. We'll have to see if he goes a lap. I don't think he'll go a lap down because of that. But we'll have to watch his lap times. Is 17 laps enough to take advantage of those fresh tires? As you can see, Tony Patton comes out right in front of Cormetis. Cormetis is going to be about 1 second behind. So looking at the times, okay, Michael Cormetis only took right side tires only. So he did not take all 4. And he's going to be about 1 second behind Patton here. But we will watch closely the lap times here. You can see Cormetis has already gained about a half a tenth on that lap alone. And he is there. So those fresh right side tires definitely helping Cormetis here. You can see he ran 7/10 quicker that last lap. And now he's going to look to the outside. You see the 86 of Patton barely leaving a car's width there. But 86 not taking any tires there is going to have to concede that position to the 48 of Cormetis. So that is your net race leader, assuming that the 54 of Bernal and the 20 of Profit cannot make it on fuel to the end of this race. The Cormetis has already opened up a second gap between him and the 86 of Tony Patton. So it looks like Tony Patton took a bit of a gamble with the strategy there with fuel only, and it did not play out. Going to approach the line here with 11 to go. The question is going to be, can the 54 make it on fuel? Can the 20 of Cody Profit there make it on fuel? As they caught lap traffic there, you can see the 54 struggling to make it by. That's going to allow the 20 here to potentially take the race lead. Oh, and we have an accident there. The 54 tangling with that lap car.
Yellow flag.
See the 20 just going down through the grass there. That is going to change everything up, because we will have about a 6 or 7 lap shootout to the end. And that is exactly what Tony Patton in the 86 wanted to see by not taking tires, and nothing he can do to keep up with the 48. This gives him the opportunity to come down pit road, take 4 fresh tires, and only lose about 1 position. You can see here this accident was brought out by the 54 and the 23 there. Looks like the 23 came up the track. Try to get a better angle on that. Oh, it looks like the 54 actually just it bounced off the wall a little bit there, but the 23 definitely came up. Looks like they were both just going for the same piece of real estate there. And the 20 of Cody Profit looks like he's going to stay out and potentially make it on fuel, but we know Michael Cormet is there, has fresher right side tires and enough fuel to make it to the end. Tony Patton here in the 86, we should expect to come down pit road here and take 4 fresh tires, as he will, worst case scenario, start 5th position with about 6 or 7 laps to go. And based off of what we saw there, that last run, tires do make a difference, about a second a lap. It's very interesting that the 48 chose to stay out there, as he is now going to have a very fast Tony Patton in the 86 with 4 fresh tires, facing him down with the last few laps to go. All right, and the pace lights are off the pace car. We will get going green this time around. We'll have a 5-lap shootout to the finish here. The 48 of Michael Cormet is out front with the 24 of Dale Adamson there in second. In third, we have the 20 of Cody Profit. And then outside of him, we've got the 86 of Tony Patton, which is the first car with fresh tires. We saw the 48 pit about 10 laps ago and take right sides only. We'll see, is that enough to hold off the 86 as we get this race started. 5 laps shootout to the finish. The 48 is going to lead us down here as we take the green flag.
Green, green, green.
Like the 86 of Patton there being very cautious here on the start. And now he is going to try to go down the inside. No, the 20 of Profit there does throw a block on him. And it looks like the 20 car blinking there, having a little connection issue. And Tony Patton there is going to look to the outside and take away third position as we approach 3 to go here as we cross the line. And the 86 get up. Does he have enough laps to go to make use of those fresh tires and take away the victory? Like he's going to set up a pass here on the 24. 24 driving very aggressively there, blocking. We'll see how long the 86 tolerates that. You can see the 24 there blocking on the inside. The 24 is not able to hold it down the track. Oh, they do make contact. And it looks like the 86 is going to make contact there with the 20 as he rejoins the track. And that will bring a caution out. Looked like the 24 just turned down into him. We'll have to go back and get another angle there. It looks like the 24 either got loose or turned down into. Let's ride on board and see what happens with the steering wheel. Difficulty here getting it on the right car. Let's try this again. We're riding on board the 24 of Adamson here. It looks like he just got loose and had to collect the car. Unfortunately, making contact with the 86. And I am sure the 86 is not going to be happy with that 24 in front of him here, but we will have a green-white checkered attempt. I think this is typically what you'll see here in a non-points race in any series, is the drivers will typically be a little more aggressive. They know that points aren't on the line, they're not necessarily going to ruin their chances at a championship if they be a little more aggressive, make moves like we just saw. So remember, tonight is a non-points race, the All-Star race here in the Stock Car Racing League Next Gen Cup Series. We will have a 2-lap shootout to the finish here, a green-white checkered attempt number 1. I believe they will get 3 attempts at this if they do need it. But once that lead car crosses the line and takes the white flag, they will finish out the race. All right, pace lights are off. The pace car, they will attempt this green-white checkered attempt number 1 here to finish the race. 2-lap shootout. The 48 there of Michael Cormetis going to lead them to the green flag. The 24 of Dale Adamson on the outside there in second. And the 86 of Tony Patton there in third, with the 54 of Ricardo Bernal and then Richard Smith there in the 23 machine. The 48 will lead us to the green flag here.
Green, green, green.
And they're off. Good launch by the outside lane there, 24 of Adamson, but Tony Patton in the 86 there already looking to his inside. Going to take away second place. And we'll see if the 86 has anything for him. He'll only have 2 laps to do it, as they will take the white flag this time around. And we saw the 86 involved in that incident in the previous lap and may have sustained a little bit of damage from that, which looks like that is going to allow the 48 of Cormetis to extend his lead by about a car length, and going to extend that even further there on the back straight. So it looks like no mistake here out of the 48. He will be tonight taking home the victory here in the All-Star race here in the Stock Car Racing League Championship. As he crosses the line, Cormetis, the 48 there, going to take home the win. The 86 of Tony Patton there in second. The 24 of Adamson hangs on to third, with Richard Smith there in the 23, going to round out your fourth place spot, and then the 54 there of Bernal taking it home in the top 5. All right, and you can see our winner of this evening there, the 48, doing a nice victory burnout there, but we'll wait and see if we can get some interviews with some of them here. And looks like we do have our third place finisher. We'll bring him up into the booth and see if we can get a word with him. Hey Dale, it's Kevin up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey man, congratulations on your third place finish here tonight in the All-Star race. Pretty hectic into the race there we saw. Looked like you had a little bit of a wobble there with the 86 of Patton on your inside and unfortunately making contact. That's what we saw up here in the booth. Just curious, what was going on in the car there?
So basically what happened in the car there, they were basically saying that I came up or came down into the 86, but in my perspective, I was getting loose coming off the turn, trying to save it. Of course, if they thought that I was trying to wreck the 86, I was not. I was just trying to race as clean as possible, and all I knew from my car was just getting loose, and I was just trying to save it, trying to keep it off the 86 there.
Yeah, and when we went back and watched the replay and we rode on board, that's exactly what we saw. It looked like on the exit of turn 4, got loose, had to counter steer, and unfortunately just came down into him there. But no harm, no foul. You come home third this evening. Gotta ask, how did these next gen cars handle at Charlotte, especially in the dirty air?
With these cars at next gen, they felt really good, honestly. Me and my teammates, the 48, the 25, the 9, and the Cameron and all my other teammates, we were struggling at first because the inside line it started wearing out our tires. So then we started making a plan on trying to run middle to high line because it seemed a little bit faster and we were getting faster runs off the exit of the turn. So we thought of that plan and we started making that happen, and we just had fast cars when we started that idea, and after that we were doing pretty good at that end until a little bit of wrecks and stuff happening with us and my teammates. But I'm surprised I finished third with this 24 Shaw Racing Chevrolet.
Absolutely. Good finish there from you. And while you're here, is there anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
I would like to give a shout out to my teammates, most importantly, Cameron and all my other teammates and the sponsors that are on this car. To all my friends and family at home, all my other friends as well too. I do appreciate giving me a good fast car tonight. I just enjoyed it and had fun, man. It was pretty good.
All right. And again, congratulations on that third place finish this evening. And we'll look forward to talking to you next week.
All right, take it easy, man.
All right, now we will bring up our second place finisher, Tony Patton. Hey, Tony, it's Kevin up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, congratulations on the second place finish. Probably not where you wanted to be this evening, as you had one of the fastest cars all evening long. and it looked like that pit strategy was going to play out for you there at one point, but unfortunately involved in an incident. Got to ask you though, before that incident came out and that caution, which allowed you to take 4 tires, did you think you were going to win this race?
I don't know. I mean, you saw how fast he was able to catch up to me and then pull away from me. Um, he gained a quick second ahead of me, real quick. The idea was when we were going into when I went into the pits, I was only going to take gas, which I did, and we didn't expect anybody to take tires. Um, and we've had other tracks where when we take right sides only, it really messes up the car. So we tried to play it safe, and it didn't work. But thank God for the caution. I mean, I think the end result was going to ended up to be the same thing either way. But yeah,
Yeah, we were a little surprised that he took right sides in that pit stop as well. We thought you had the strategy down with gas only, but hey, surprised us all. But nonetheless, good run, taking it home second. Is there anybody here you want to give a shout out to while you're up here?
I got to give a big shout out to Showtime Racing. I've got Richard and Richard on my team, Richard Squared. These guys, this is my first kind of season in iRacing. So these guys are coaching me throughout the race because I'm a rookie, and they helped me out quite a bit this race and in previous races too. Um, big shout out to Cameron and Justin, who again running the league, doing a good job and learning along the way too. I know it's their first year taking over, so and then some good racing. I mean, tonight we ended up with a little less cars than we hoped for at the end, but I think it was some good racing overall.
Absolutely good racing all evening.
And you guys, thank you.
No problem. Absolutely. And hey, next week, we look forward to hopefully talking to you again. Good finish out of you.
Thank you, sir.
Yep, take.
Me too.
All right, now we'll try to catch up with our race winner, Michael. Hey, Michael, is Kevin up in the booth? You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, congratulations on the victory tonight. You had one of the fastest cars out there this evening. Great battle between you and the 86 of Patton there. Just great racing all evening long. But gotta ask, that strategy call to take 2 tires only, did you feel confident that was going to work?
Yeah, I felt really confident. The 86 had he didn't take tires on that stop. One thing I was really worried about was the caution because that would get everyone bunched up, and the 86 had an opportunity to take tires, which he did, and I stayed out. So yeah, it was difficult, but I'm glad we got the job done.
How did the car handle when you took 2 tires and rejoined the track there? Was it really loose, really tight, or did it handle the same as it did if you would have taken 4?
Oh, it was definitely looser. It was definitely looser, but it was really stable. It felt great.
Well, that is surprising. We were surprised to see someone try the 2 tires. I love it when people try different strategies though. So kudos to you. And ultimately it did allow you to take home the victory. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to while you're here?
Cameron Perez, because he actually helped me with the strategy. I never came up with that strategy myself. He actually we were actually worried about fuel too because I didn't he was telling me to take a certain amount of fuel, which I did take that certain amount of fuel, and we got home with we got to the end. So, yeah.
All right. Well, again, congratulations on your victory. Now, don't go spending all those earnings you get for tonight in one place now. Big cash
Yeah.
prize you're taking home this evening. But hey, great racing, taking home the victory here tonight. And hopefully we'll be talking to you next week.
All right, thank you. Thank you, man.
All right, that will do it for this evening's show here in the Stock Car Racing League Next Gen Series, the All-Star race here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Great racing we saw here tonight. between the top two, battling it out most of the second half of that race. But the 48 of Michael Cormetta is going to take home the victory this evening. And thank you all for tuning in here at Soap Tires Broadcasting. Have a great evening.